Alright guys, today we are going to be doing the carburetor and fuel lines on a Murray M2500. It's one of the attachment type weed eaters. Any of the parts will be in the description below. I get them through HIPA. Comes with everything you need. Very inexpensive carburetor, a couple of gaskets, fuel filters, spark plug, air filters, a couple of them, a couple of primer bulbs in the fuel line. Everything you need to do the job be included in the kit. Alright, so first we're going to go ahead and take the air filter cover off. It's got the air filter in it. That. Then we've got torque 25s or flathead screwdrivers. We're going to take those two off. There's one here and one here. Take those two out. Again, you can use a flathead screwdriver, it's fine. Just torque 25 gets a better grip. Air filter cover will come off. It's got a gasket on it. The throttle cable is just an S-turn. See? Just an S-turn, no big deal. Don't worry about the fuel lines, just remove them. I'll tell you exactly where they go when we're reinstalling everything. But if you're curious right now and need to know, this goes to your filter. This is your return line. And we're going to go ahead, drain, dump all the gas that's in this. We want everything to be clean inside of there. To get rid of the gas, you got to start with brand new, fresh, bought today gas with your brand new carburetor. If you put old gas in it, you could ruin your new carburetor. Remove the old fuel lines, get them right on out of there. Get them out of there, no biggie. I use air chuck and blow everything out with air. Make sure it's completely dry and clean. So now we're going to go ahead and install the fuel lines. I'm going to go with the back one first. I'll use the black line for that. This is going to be our fuel line, the one that takes the filter, the main fuel line, the inward fuel line, I guess. Cut a point in it. You can, it'll make it easier. Cut the point very long, you know, just take half the fuel line off for a good section. Like that, and then you push it down into the hole. You can get it in there deeper. Let me get this thing started here, where you can reach it. And before I found these curved needle nose, I was using straight needle nose, and I had to do it this way. I had to bring it down a decent amount to where I could get it in there enough to see it. So you barely see it right there. So you reach in and you grab it with your pliers. Set back up. And you just pull it through. And then pull it all the way through to where it's coming out of the mouth of the gas tank. Cut the tip off. Like so. So you see I'm out about that much. We're going to grab us a nice new filter and stab it on the end of it. And then we're just going to stick this back in, and we want it to go all the way in. We want to make sure that the filter is sitting on the bottom of the tank, kind of in the middle there, like it is right there. Alright, we're going to leave that nice and long just like that for now, and grab the yellow line. This is our return line. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to cut this into a point, make it long, so that you can grab it easier. This one you're going to want to make a little longer because it's a little bit closer to the cap, so you got less of a chance to grab it. You really want this one to stick through. Nice and long. Let me cut the tip. Just more of a point here. There, and then we're going to stab this into the hole closest to the gas cap. Just work it right on in as far as you can, and it's right here. Oh. It's right there, but I can't grab it. There we go. And then just pull it through a little bit. You're not even worried about it. There's no, oh, losing stuff. There's no filter or anything going on this. It's just a return line. Alright, so it's just got to be inside the tank, that's all. Pulled through so that it seals tightly. Alright, now let's get our nice pretty new carburetor out. Again, this is the one that goes to the black line. This one goes to the yellow line. This one goes to the one with the filter. This one's the return. Alright, we're going to put the throttle cable in it. We're going to take the air filter assembly. Oh, wait a minute. First, before I get too far. You have a yellow gasket on this. If you're missing this yellow gasket, it's probably on the back of your carburetor. But let's say you've lost it, you can use this gasket right here and put it right on. It'll go right on right there and work just like the yellow gasket will. The one with the 4 holes is the one you would use. Alright, but we already have that on. We're going to put 2 bolts to the air filter assembly. The old gasket between the air filter assembly and the carburetor is still on the air filter assembly, so I'm going to leave that. If it isn't there, you would use this one with the one single little hole. You would use that one. Stick this through the carburetor so that the choke arm is up and the throttle arm is up. We're going to plug the throttle cable in to the carburetor and then line the bolts up, slide everything in place, and we're going to go ahead and tighten the carburetor down. Easy as pie. Just like that. Now let me reline up my camera. Okay, again, fuel line has the filter. The black one is going to the back side here. So we're going to just kind of line it up so we know how long it is. We'll cut it to length. And then we're going to stab it on to the nipple of the carburetor that is furthest away from the primer ball. Just like that. And the yellow line is your return line. No filter on it. We're going to line it up. Figure out how much room we need. Cut it to length. Stab it on. You want to get it on as far up as you can. There you go. And you want a little bit of a curve to your fuel lines because they do shrink. So as they shrink, it gives it room to shrink without pulling it out of the gas tank or pulling it off the carburetor. So a little bit of curve, not too much of a curve though. If you go too much, it'll kink and then you get no fuel. Alright, we're going to put some fuel inside this tank now so that we can prime it up and see if it's priming properly or not. So a little gas in there, and then we're going to hit the bulb. So the fuel comes in it. And then once you see gas coming through, you know you're good. Oh, I just lost prime. Oh, I got it tipped over. All right. Put the gas cap on. I don't have a lot of gas in here. There we go. Prime it up. There it goes. It's primed. All right. That way you know you've got it hooked up properly. If it's not priming and you look inside your gas tank and you see foam coming out of the filter, that means you got these two lines backwards. Just turn them, pop them back on. You know, swap sides. Air filter goes on the air filter cover like this. This one's fine. We're just going to keep it. Pop it in. Just like that. Alright, then we're going to go full choke, full throttle, pull till it fires. Alright, so off choke, it doesn't want to run properly. It's wanting to bog out. You hear it when you give it throttle, it's trying to bog out. There's a couple of adjustments. They are right here. You've got high, it's got an H above it, and low below it. We're going to go for the high. We're going to go with a Pac-Man screwdriver. I'll put this in the description below. You're going to go to counterclockwise about a quarter turn maybe, and we're going to try it again. Now we have idle is a little bit high, so we got an idle screw right here. We're going to idle this down until the head stops spinning. Some of these have a clutch in them, some of them don't. This one's got a clutch in it. So we're going to idle this down until the head of the weed eater stops spinning. Phillips head, I believe Phillips or a flathead screwdriver will work. Let's try it real quick. There we go. Alright guys, this helped you out in any way, shape, or form. Give me a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button. I'll put the parts in the description below, as well as the adjustment screwdriver set. I'll put that in the description below as well for you. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments. If you want to do any advertising through my channel, message me. I'll be more than happy to have you.